Hello everybody, Walters954 here, coming at you guys with some more Codingbat practices for Python. So in this practice, and I'm pretty sure these are the last warm-ups that we're going to do, in these practices, it's more for loops and just learning more about using range and iterating through lists or arrays with for loops. So we make a temporary value bool equal to false because we're going to be returning true or false. And it's just easy to set it to false first. And then we're going to use a for loop to iterate through all the numbers. So we're looking for a sequence of numbers 1, 2, and 3. And my first approach is to say, alright, we're looking for when the index of x in nums, the first index is 1, 2, 1, the second one is 2, and the third one is 3, and then increment those. But that doesn't work properly, or at least I couldn't get it to work because we have index out of bounds errors, which means once we get x to be close to the last number, when you do +3, the Python doesn't know what to look for. So my next step is to say, alright, let's slice up the array and then use the starting and end points to iterate through those. Because if you slice to a area, which I'm doing 0 to 18, that doesn't exist, it goes all the way to the end. So right now I'm creating starting and ending points for the arrays, and I'm doing, alright, we're starting out from the 0 point, which is S, or from the start of the array, and we're going to the next 3, which is E, and then we're going to increment those. So +1 each time we go through the array. And now we're saying if nums is equal to 1, 2, and 3, then we can go ahead and return true. If it's not, then you just continue past it. So we can see here we're doing bool return true, and we're going to be breaking out. Yes, breaking out of the loop. You can actually do it a little bit wrong because I have Java syntax there, doing the end colons, but I don't think Python cares if we do the semicolons or not. Just a side note. So what's wrong here is that I'm not incrementing. So I was trying to think what was going on there. I wasn't incrementing before correctly. So you can see that just doing that statement, it does return true or false for some of the answers, but I actually need to go past and do some more. So, and I'm missing for the for statement on line 5, that invalid index or syntax errors that I was missing that colon right there. So for the else statement, I need to increment the E and the S +1, and there we go, it's actually correct in both ways. So you can actually see on the bottom there, it's still nums SE. I could still have bool in there because it's actually incrementing afterwards. Just a little mix up. Bool should be in the return value, but it's the actual same thing because it's returning true because the for loop is incrementing those afterwards. For string match, you take the first 2 of the array and see if they match the first 2 in the other side of the array, but you're going 1 character at a time. So you go from index 0, check the first 2, then you should be going to index 1, check the first 2, and so on and so forth. So the way that I get slipped up in this is that I don't stop checking. I guess I check too many times, but I do the same thing here where I have a starting and an end value. I need to start from the beginning and then increment them. And this is just me playing with Python, seeing how the actual incrementations work. So in this, I say, alright, for the range of length A, because the length are always the same. So whatever the length is of A, we're going to run through the loop that many times. That's actually I guess you can say incorrect, or that's kind of one way to look through it, because you're going to be going to the end of the array, which doesn't give you, it gives you too many values, so you'll check like the empty set of it. But anyways, we're not there yet. We're going through incrementation. We're missing, syntax things, indentations, and we get correct for some of the default values, which we shouldn't. That is good, but it's not what we need right now. So what we're missing here is to increment when we actually do find the correct value. So on the first set of the if statement, we need to be incrementing as well, as I do notice here. So we're getting close, but we're missing a key spot, which is saying, all right, what happens when we reach the end of the length of it? And I kind of freeze here. I'm like, something's wrong. This is supposed to be working for the most part. This is supposed to be pulling the values at the correct position and then checking them there. But what's happening is once it gets to the end of the array, so you can see, like say we're at the end of the array, if we plus to go one more, it's checking blank blank for both of them. So we actually need to take one off of the length, and then we'll get the correct value, since it's checking no values at the end of it. So pretty sure I'm just running through some preliminary tests here. I'm saying, all right, well, something that I'm doing here isn't working. So when I check, I think I checked like 7, 8. We can see me running through a bunch of them, just trying to see what they're actually returning. And on one of them, I return like blank. And seeing that, you should know. So when I do SE all the way at the end, because this is after the for loop and everything has been incremented, and it's checking SE at the end, and we shouldn't do that. We should do one before that. Somebody's at my door, let somebody else set that. So I'm doing more printout statements, just trying to find this. Hopefully I won't take too long trying to figure this out. So yes, I do length -1, and everything is hunky-dory at the end of this. So that's just, I guess, quick reminders for you guys, something to look at. Make sure to subscribe, check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching.